Wahala.
I got a chukwa. Not only home chukwa, what you could hear, Maria. Oh, yeah, it means you don't want to do anything for God. Yeah, but I won't get it.
Father, even with the strength, as a nigga, I'm a project. I want to know about the project. Can we go back?
Okay, come to know Jaqueta. My name have a political statement.
Father, my mother made a political statement. Only of that same and I'm say my P2B have never promised things and failed. I'm a fundamental Catholic. Even when I'm good, no can me. But in my God,
You can promise say Mary here in Anambra. Praise the Lord. In your capacity and what God has done for you, Governor. Get money, okay, get money, get into what's in our call here. God hates stinginess. I'm the one I'm a quick or I'm a quick here, guys, again. Otherwise, again, article will fail. Oh, we're back a paint to go, but on all time back. Get
Now, Mbaka further added, in the previous video that if Igbo people are looking for a representative in Nigeria, they're definitely not looking for the kind of person of Peter Obi. Whoever refuses to donate to the church should not be the president. The statement has sparked some reactions on social media platforms, with many speculating that Mbaka's comments were courtesy of his inability to secure monetary donations for his parish. Now, so tonight we are discussing this money politics, right? And we want to know your thoughts on this. Do you think a stingy man, in quote, has what it takes to be Nigeria's president? Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. Just to add that Isi is live with us in studio. Hi, Isi. How are you? Today has been a good day. It's fine. It's fine.
You know how the rains has been. It has been pretty hectic.
Absolutely.
The roads has been, jammed. It's been
fine.
Crazy, actually.
It's fine. I just wanted to add that we have running mates now for both PDP and APC, right? So for PDP is Okowa, and for APC is what's his name now? Shetima. Kasim Shetima, right? The former governor of Borno State. So
that's why they're playing the Muslim
So card. We are seeing what's going to be playing out with the conversations. But just to add, throwing that there. So, when you saw Father Mbaka's video...
We don't know Peter Obi's running mate yet?
No, I don't think I know Peter Obi's running mate.
But the deadline is tomorrow.
Okay.
It was supposed to be... Well, I'm sure before the end of... We'll find out who Peter Obi's running mate is.
Okay.
But so, defining stingy, first of all. Right? When you say a stingy man cannot be Nigeria's president, right? What is stingy? Can somebody help me with that?
Well, the dictionary meaning of stingy is to be reluctant to give or spend, not being generous. And in extreme cases, penurious. That means you are extremely stingy. Now, that is a very, very, very serious allegation to point towards somebody. Because if Father Mbaka, for example, is saying that he is stingy, what does he mean by stingy?
Yeah.
If he says he did not donate to the church, there's a tweet that is out there that says, okay, let me read it. He says, this is from Consola, Kenneth Odo 10. He says, behold, at P2B, the stingy man, let this trend please. And there's a picture of him donating
100 million.
100 million.
To, what's the cause?
So to the church.
Was it the church or a hospital or something? I saw.
The church.
Okay, go ahead.
To the church. Even if it was the hospital or the church or whatever. But at least this is someone who is accused of being stingy, isn't it? And then another comment says, even if Father Mbaka couldn't push P2B to do what he doesn't want to do, even when he told him God was involved and related it with winning election, Peter stood on his principles. Shishi, he won't give. His tenacity and articulated savviness is 100% competent. Now, what we probably call stingy here is something that we really need to look into.
And re-examine.
And re-examine. Because I think Nigerians have an entitlement mentality. So because you have some, and I think we said, we had this conversation a few months ago where we talked about the cost of religious influence.
Yeah.
Father Mbaka has also forgotten that he is a person of influence when it comes to religion. There are a lot of Catholics that look up to him in the things that he says and he does.
Betty Irabo would disagree with you because she says he's giving the Catholics a bad name.
He's given, well, some climbs, in some
well.
climbs, some people, of course, he's always been controversial. In fact, he's been as controversial as when I was in the university. We started hearing about Father Mbaka since university days and all of that. However, he still has a large population of people following him.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful in the things that you say as a religious leader of some sort.
But don't you think that it is deliberate for him to say that, because it's almost like a public blackmail, like, you know, it's either you give me money or I spoil your reputation?
And
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what he's doing?
Well, he may or may not know, but the point I'm trying to bring is the fact that you are accusing somebody of something, but it is for your own personal interest, whether you put it under the guise of the church or not. You want someone to do something the way you want them to do it. And it was interesting to note that even when he was trying to coerce the presidential aspirant, he said something that there's nothing that he puts his mind to do that he wouldn't do. That's one. And that two, if there was any given project, he would be happy to push it through or to play his own part in supporting. So that is someone who could not be coerced to do what he didn't want to do based on his principles. And someone who would always look for something to channel constructively and not just for the sake of doing like every other person.
Thank you. Let me come to this.
I was going to interject and state one particular point, which has to do with the fact that Peter Obi stated that he wasn't going to do what he wanted to do because it was a personal reason on the part of Father Mbaka.
The priest.
Now, the priest, yes. Now, coming from that angle, it is Peter Obi's personal finances. It's his money. He can decide to do whatever he wants to do. Thinking about the fact that if we want such a person to be the kind of president we want, of course, yes, because he has principles. He has been able to channel his thoughts towards where he wants to place his funds. If the priest had actually said, this is what we are going to do, or there is a project which he was going to, you know, use the funds for, of course, the aspirant would have stated, I would be willing to do this for you. But there was nothing as such. And if I'm also going to look at it from the perspective of Father Mbaka, which says that there's something I want you to do for us, basically. It is not capped, it's not capping on, it's not capping on the kind of leadership we want. As a Catholic, he should have looked at the concept of, is Peter Obi credible? Is he a man of integrity? Will he lead Nigeria
the qualities of a leader?
Of a leader. Will he lead Nigeria out of the abyss we are currently in? These are the things he should be looking out for, not tagging him being a stingy man to do something for the state or for the church or for him.
Absolutely. So I was going to say, ask Elsie your initial thoughts, but I was going to also throw in this, you know, while you say your initial thought when you saw the video, do you even think Nigerians are actually ready for someone that is prudent? Because I won't call him a stingy man.
Absolutely.
Do you think Nigerians are ready for prudent leadership? Because we are so used, even me as a day, yes, so if you give me money, and that's why when Okon did that video, it clearly depicts how we should be thinking.
Totally.
You can't think now, stomach infrastructure. You cannot think now, satisfy me now. You must learn that delayed gratification. Yes. Because if you truly calculated 4 years of no engagement with these people, truly the way Okon has calculated that cost of his votes, that is how much everybody should be charging If we want to go by money politics.
But
But let me hear
the value of your vote.
let me hear your initial thoughts, Elsie.
Oh my goodness. When Norma was speaking, I was noting down very key words that she was using.
Yeah.
One is entitlement, the other one is principle, another one is coerce, right? And I think those words should be something a lot of us should just really sit back, think about it, and think beyond ourselves and where we want Nigeria to be. I hear you when you ask if Nigeria is ready. And yes, I understand that question, but Nigeria will never be ready.
Sure.
Right? That is why we need a leader. A leader motivates. A leader would show you the path that you're not even seeing. A leader is a visionary, right? Absolutely. And forgive me again, each time I still use this thing as an example, which is the culture of driving in Lagos State and how it was shifted from 0 to 100 under Babatunde Raji Fashola. Right. At that point, if you had asked us if we need him to do what he was doing, we'll tell you no. We are okay. We are driving. We are not. We'll tell you we are not dying. Even when they tell you that you had this accident and the injuries because you were not wearing a seatbelt, we'll tell you, I know it's God.
I'm still alive.
You know, so as a people, and when I'm looking at people now, is the general populace, not necessarily the right thinking people. We do not even know what we need. And I can tell you that we are not ready for a Peter Obi, right? Or for the kind of person he has been painted to be. But we're also never going to be ready, and which is why we need to find a way to push to get somebody like that to be able to move us from where we are now to where we hope to be.
Absolutely.
I like that you already said that we can't use the word stingy for him, because there's a big difference between being stingy and being prudent or being economical with your funds. And there is a definition I saw somewhere where someone was talking about stingy and says being stingy is when your wise economic decisions negatively affect your own lifestyle or your family. For example, not eating every meal out, never taking yourself out, not just doing things that's supposed to actually make your life better because you want to hold on to whatever it is you're holding on to. So you coming out to call him a stingy person, like she has rightly said, it is a stretch, because we throw that word around and we're used to or now even entitled to thanks for coming. You know, we even bring that back to our relationships. That is what has ruined media in Nigeria, right? I was watching the APC, what they do, their primaries. And I don't know if it's just me, but I noticed that everything, like almost everything that had been speculated in the media before that point was nothing to follow. Do you understand? So we're even at a point where I'm reading this news and I'm wondering, is it even true? Is this induced? Is this correct? Is this paid for? Right? Because, you know, we've also been fighting our own case of entitlement in media is what they call brown envelopes, right? Is what they call you have to pay me to report this, even when you know that this
story is
worthy of pushing out there.
Of attention.
So
you will never promote it.
In the middle of those who even want to do things right, when you now bring a story that is worth promoting, everybody's wondering, else you don't collect money for this story, we should not tell us.
Absolutely.
But genuinely, I just look at stories and I don't care where it's coming from. As long as I feel like this is helping people, I want to push it out there, because it is a source of inspiration to other people to do the right thing. So just to answer your question in a nutshell, we're not ready for him, or we're not ready for somebody like him in regards to what we've been painted for him to be, right? But we need somebody like that. We cannot, we don't need generosity. We need a working economy. We need a manager. We need a leader, a manager and a leader, not just a leader. You have to be able to manage Nigeria. Because like you always say on this show, Nigeria is a business. Nigeria is a business. If we're going to get economy right, I mean, the way it is going, $1 to Naira, we'll get to 1,000 Naira if care is not taken. A lot is happening. Someone was breaking down how much it took him to do his master's degree online abroad. I saw that tweet somewhere now. And he said all he needed to spend was, I think, was about 300,000 Naira or something, because of the
exchange rate.
But now, just to even get an education, you know how much you are paying. It doesn't mean you have stopped working hard, but it just means that whatever you are being paid before, you are now worth way less than what you were supposed to have earned. I mean, before, if you're earning the 500K, you'd be like, I'm okay. Oh, that's like almost $2,000, right? But now, you don't even reach $1,000 anymore.
You know, so I like where you went with when you said that thanks for coming, because again, I have been branded very stingy because first of all, I do not believe I just give you money just like that. You must give me value in return for my money. So when I hear people come to beg me for money and all of that, I'll find what can you do for me that I can justify that money leaving my pocket to give to you. We do not have that culture in Nigeria. The culture we have in Nigeria is that let me just sit down and not do nothing and somebody just be handing me money. It makes no sense. So it's even difficult for me as I am like this today to beg for money. I would rather tell you that please give me a job or give me something that I can do in exchange. You give me money for it, right?
So that it's not even a
do you
case
understand?
of that I'm
So
indebted
we have
to you for nothing.
completely lost, you know, that part of value in exchange for money, that we think it is our right. And I like that part when you said the entitlement, because we think we are entitled to somebody else's hard-earned money. That is because a lot of people in Nigeria are dealing with a lot of stolen funds or funds that they did not work hard for.
The
So it
so-called
is easy. Yes,
generosity
it is easy for me
is
to
highly questionable.
no, but if I'm sitting down here every day and I'm just waking up every morning, I'm seeing 1 billion naira at a lot of my account, I will be very generous. Where do you want to go to Dubai or where do you want to share shares?
Because
And they say, oh, she's so nice.
What do you understand?
money.
She's
And
so
they'll tell me, oh,
nice.
she's so
She's
nice.
so generous.
I did not work hard for my money. And so when I see these things, it breaks my heart. And I'm just wondering, are Nigerians really ready? I don't think we are ready because we are so used
state
to.
of mind that
we are
we
so
are in.
used to that place where it seems like every single thing, I am entitled to your money. I see you drive a car and I'm entitled to madam, you don't go wash up for me. You have to give me something. It is everywhere. It is ingrained. You go to an office, the security is expecting something from you. This one is expecting something from you. That person is expecting
They
something from
even
you.
give trip if you don't give.
Do you
right?
understand?
You feel like, oh, why?
Oh,
I
you're
must.
stingy.
So I was having a
You're
conversation.
stingy.
I was having a conversation with somebody
Okay.
yesterday, and I said to the person, I said the fact that I do not have the courage to go and beg for money.
Yeah.
People never understand that there are some days that I do not have 1,000 naira in my account.
How
They
would
don't
they
understand.
know?
You can never know.
How would they know?
Do you understand? You can never know that I do not have, because I don't have that boldness to meet you to say give me money, but you don't know what I'm
When
going
you
through.
tell someone that you don't have 1,000
believe
naira in
you.
your bag, they cannot believe you.
Let's take a break.
Sorry, before you take that
yeah,
break.
quickly.
I wanted to respond to the question you asked, which was what was my reaction when I saw the video. And I know that a lot of people feel like, oh, he's the anointed son of God, touch not my anointed. I mean, I really do not care. That was shameful to the body of Christ.
I think it was
and even to
distasteful.
but that is also
That was my
taking
experience.
an example of what happens daily in a lot of churches.
Yeah.
You know, really, I don't go to church anymore a lot like that, but there was a time. But when I see gospel concerts, or you're bringing a lot of gospel artists to you, I love worship, right? So I would take our time to go. So there was this one, I think it's the last one I went to, and the worship was amazing, the pastor was amazing, and everything. Towards the end, when I was just feeling like, oh, why? Since I've seen a church that I'm going to start going to,
And
that
the
was when
monetary aspect
this
came
woman
into
came
play.
on. And there was nothing she did not say. And it was a case of, if you don't bring this money out now,
Jesus
as you are
will
going
punish
home,
you.
motor can jam you. This year, you may not even survive this year. Like, you will not see money to survive. It was a lot. And now this is an example because it is Peter Obi. But this is what a lot of people psychologically go through every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Friday they go to church. They are coerced, the word you use, into putting money into somebody's pocket in the name of, how did he put it? Do something for God.
the God.
Where is the God? Which account balance are you paying this money into that goes to God?
I want to take a break. I want to show you one good video. Let's a feel good video. Stay with us.
Is this for... You're going to brush your teeth?
Mm-hmm.
Is this quantity just for brushing your teeth?
Is it too much for a mouthwash?
No. My dear, I doubt if it's rather on the high side. I think you have to go and reduce it. Let me tell you, Grace, and I keep telling you all the time, you have to be economical. You are even the woman. You are supposed to be more economical than I am. Look at the quantity. That thing is up to 10 grams. Now, let us quantify it. What is the quantity of the toothpaste itself? The tube itself is about 50 grams. No, let us go to calculator now and see who is wrong. If we use... No, wait. If we use 10 grams alone, if we divide it by 5, we should be having, in 5 days, that thing will finish. With you alone. Now, assuming the two of us are...
Oh my God, that was very hilarious. When I watched it, I said, no, we have to show this today since we are discussing stinginess. Now, if you just tuned in, it's our ladies' night out and we're discussing money politics. And we're asking this question, can a stingy man be Nigeria's president? Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. You can also tweet at us at PlusTvAfrica1 with the hashtag WayShow. Our phone line is also now open. The number to call is 07025007749. That's the number to call. Remember the rule, turn off the volume of your television set so we can hear ourselves. So when I saw that video, it was so interesting, but I think it capped it for me. You know, if we understood the cost of wastage. Because if you listen to someone like Peter Obi, when he came into Anambra State as governor, and he broke down how, first of all, he blocked off certain kinds of waste, leakages and all of that, how the state, he grew the state, and how much he left in the state, right? It tells you that it is actually possible, you know, in Nigeria, for us to have what's it called, some level of decency when it comes to governance. You know, we've always talked about overinflation of projects, overinflation of this. You know, you want to buy toothpick, you quote toothpick that is 100 naira, you quote 1 billion naira, and nobody checks it.
And it's not even
right?
quality
you know?
toothpick.
Thank you. So, you know, but, you know, so the conversation is, you know, is it even possible for us to hold on to all those excesses that we used to have, like delay any gratification, like starve, to say, okay, let's close our eyes to maybe 3 square meals and let's just eat once, but let us fix and get the country right. Are we even ready for that? But let me take our first caller for the evening. Youngest old man, you're live.
Good evening.
Hi.
Do you have any calculator there so that I can quantify the amount of time I stood in waiting for you people?
Sorry.
Because if you divide 24 hours versus the cost of MTN bill equals to, let's do that too, because that is where I am now. In fact, I've had a new logo. Quantify everything, calculate the move. See, I'm very happy with this program today. You just made my day because I've been having a very cold day.
Oh, wow.
The whole thing didn't work out as planned. But this video I watched now, in fact, I'm even still laughing. And I'm happy about it. You see, the issue is that we don't want to go for the truth. And that is my fear about Peter Obi being the president of Nigeria. People that are not ready to adjust, we fight it tooth and nail.
That's the word, adjust.
So for me, I've promised myself that this my thumb that I used to give okay to my team, I'll use it that day and clear my conscience that I saw what is right and I did it. I don't care whatever happens after that. Because for once in my life, I can see that somebody is there to offer solution. I saw some pictures going around the net where he was busy looking how a country like Egypt succeeded. And when you envy success, you are bound to succeed. You understand me? In a positive way. So let me tell you, the best person to manage this country is somebody that will have seen his level of stinginess to the extent of reducing his convoy. Telling you that what is the essence of carrying 24 cars, rolling sarin, for no reason. This guy said a lot. In fact, I'm following him currently. So for me, I am clear with him, and I believe his system. And you know what funny thing? He's not looking at anybody. He's not listening to anybody. He's doing what he knows he needs to do, and he thinks he's doing what he's supposed to do. So whether the cabals like it or not, this guy is going to send a statement, and he's already doing it, and I'm okay. In fact, at least I know say somebody there for this country where we change them. Now the cabals they no agree. So let the stingy people be our leader, and I'll proudly be a follower of a stingy man with my calculator and my quantifications. Thank you very much.
So, I mean, when I saw that on Sophia's video, I said, no way, this is our video for the evening.
I think
you know,
as a people, we also don't like to be accountable.
At all.
I wouldn't be surprised if in the course of this election, Gbasgbo was looking for debt on him. One of his family member will be paid to come out to say, oh, I've been in this family, it has not helped me. We're expecting all that, right? And this is not to say people watching us to vote for this person or vote for that person. I mean, at the end of the day, you vote for your conscience. But I feel like, see, it wasn't going to take PDP anything to take Peter Obi as their flag bearer. If you're thinking of the numbers and people who want to ramp up the youth now and everything, it will make logical sense. But like you said, are they ready to let go of those contracts? Are they ready to leave the national cake for the right people that are supposed to share the cake? So them even coming behind this man is going to be a big blow. And like youngest old man said, are they ready to adjust?
Never. Charles from Port Harcourt, you're live. Hi.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, you're live.
Okay, please, I'm on the queue as well too, with my calculator as well too. Well, I don't think P2B is stingy. I don't think he's stingy. But if really, I think I want to go with somebody being prudent. There's a difference between somebody being stingy and somebody being prudent. I think he's a very prudent somebody.
Absolutely.
Mbaka himself, I think he's trying to, I don't know what he was trying to do, maybe trying to rubbish him or what. But Mbaka himself is somebody that I've lost. I need to have tremendous respect for him in the past. But lately, I've really lost that respect because he's the same man that sold Buhari to us. He told us that Buhari is a messiah that is coming to change this country, but at the end of the day, Buhari turned out to be a disaster. Well, as for P2B, his line is towing already. He's showing us example. It's not like as if maybe he doesn't have the money. He's a very rich man. He was very rich before he joined into politics. I think the problem we have in this country is that we have a lot of people that have free funds, as the people that have stolen so much public funds. So they've stolen a lot of public funds, so they don't have this thing to be sharing it around. They think it's normal. It's not normal. Whoever that is going to turn this country around is somebody that will know how to manage resources very well. And trust me, we need to start from our governance system.
Absolutely.
There's so much waste in our system. The cost of running government is too expensive in this country. I don't think there's anywhere in the world that is as expensive as Nigeria. If it's possible for him to, if it's possible, I'm really going to support, and I'm really going to support somebody like P2B because.
Thank you, Charles.
If he comes in, he will be able to direct things. I was listening to some of his clips, some of his old clips, when I saw checks of 100 million which he gave out to some hospital.
Absolutely, Charles. Thank you so much.
I know that shows that he's not a stingy person. So if we have somebody that is frugal and prudent when it comes to management of resources, it will go a long way to help this country.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So it's an interesting conversation. I mean, you can hear the phone lines are buzzing, right? But I don't know. Do you think Nigerians will be ready to vote in somebody that is perceived stingy? Because we are so used to being handed fish, right? So do you think we can adjust? I mean, I like that word that what's his name, youngest old man used.
I think basically we have Nigerians who are willing.
You think so?
Yes, that are willing.
Speak for yourself, oh. But even on this table here,
we have, let's call a spade a spade. Even on this table, if you are given that room to actually go out, you said it earlier when you were talking about the fact that it's difficult for you to actually beg for money. So if you're giving that room for you to actually go out and get the fish, you will rather go and get the fish than being handed over the fish.
Yeah.
So we have individuals, or we have somebody in Peter Obi that we think can actually take us out there and help us get the fish.
The question she's saying is, when you go vote for him, that's what she
I will not, no, I would not state that. I'm not campaigning for him. I'm just simply stating the fact that everybody is stating the fact that he is prudent. He's not stingy.
Let me take Casey from Lagos.
So looking at it from the economic point of view,
he will be good for us.
He will be absolutely, totally what we really need.
Casey from Lagos, I believe. Thank you for calling.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hello,
Go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm happy to speak to all of you that are at the table there. I suppose Farambaka has lost it.
Absolutely.
Farambaka as a reverend has lost it. I'm a Catholic, but for a Catholic priest to go to the extent of making such a statement, he is supposed to be deroged. He is supposed to be deroged, not only for us to talk on the phone and say, Farambaka has done it or has done that. P2B is the right person. He is the right person that will lead this country out of the problem that we are into today. P2B is a very prudent human being. P2B has what it takes to take Nigeria to the next level. So I believe that Farambaka was paid because Farambaka is someone that loves money more than he loves himself.
Jesus.
Farambaka was paid to do what he is currently doing.
Absolutely.
So what I'm trying to say that we Nigerians should rally around this man if we actually want to get out of the woods. Please.
But so the question, Casey, can you hear me? Okay, come back. So you see, the thing is it's an easy thing to say. It's a feel-good thing to say. But are we ready?
The thing is, I think the young people, a lot of the young people, if I can speak for them, are ready.
As a young person yourself.
But there is a sabotage that is going on underground, and it has started. Because see, the forces and the principalities that are against Nigeria, they don't sleep and they are smart.
Right.
We make the mistake of thinking that they are not smart. But these people are smart, right? I'm not going to use all my tongue to count my teeth at this point. But all I'm telling you is that a lot of people want to vote for him, but will they be given the opportunity to vote for him?
Okay, let me take Victor from Kaduna State. Thank you for calling. You're live.
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. You go ahead.
Okay. There is nothing wrong in being generous. There's nothing wrong in being generous. I mean, there are some people that are close to you. You understand? And of course, you have to. How would I put it now? You have to feel your impact. Okay. But to run this country, just like you said, can you hear me?
Go ahead. You're live.
But to run this country, just like you said, we need someone who is very economical. At least someone who is not wasteful. But being stingy, depending on the context to which you put it, but to be specific, I think, hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
So I think to be generous, I'm not saying the type that maybe you throw money around or the entitlement thing, I'm kicking against that. Okay? But at least it's good to be, there's nothing wrong in being generous.
Thank you.
Yes, but as regards this country, at least, yes.
Thank you.
Need somebody being that is not your family business.
Thank you. So, you know, this word called generosity, right? Generosity is fantastic. It's brilliant. And that's why we have philanthropists. We have people that, you know, make sure that they give back and all of that. We don't have a problem with generosity. But you see, where we are in the country, in Nigeria today, as it stands, right? Are we looking to see the bigger picture, to say, okay, you know what, if we delay certain things now, we would enjoy in the future? Are we ready as a people? You know, because I've asked this question like many times now, talking about this topic. And you know, and I don't think,
we've responded actually.
And I don't think we are, you know, because there is a thin line between us saying certain things and actions, you know, coming into play. And I get you, Elsie. The people that, you know, want to continue to hold this country hostage, right? They are not sleeping. They never sleep. They will never sleep, right? So how are we going to, you know, when we know that there's still very much hunger in the land, how are we going to rise above this politics of stomach infrastructure, the politics of money? We can't rise above that when we have hunger still very much in it. There has to be a balance where you give money, you know. But let me take another caller. Easy from Bielsa, I believe.
You have to turn down.
Turn off the volume of your television set. You're live, Easy.
How are you?
Go ahead, live.
Go on. How are you?
Well, good.
Okay, the program today is very interesting.
Thank you.
And the issues people have raised are very germane. But the bottom line is that it's difficult because of our nascent democracy to separate money from politics. And 90% of the politicians in Nigeria made their money through the democratic dividends. They have been in power in one situation or the other, so it's difficult for them to be able to let go. We are talking about a country where a greater percentage of the students are out of school. The country has brought to its knees. Poverty is everywhere. And that's the level of politicization so low. We just celebrated democracy a few days ago, and you can see that all the former presidents were not there. We are not running the collective system. Because of the level of that, you've seen that as I'm speaking with you now, the national grid has fallen. So it's a sad development. So government needs to wake up. The issue of stingy or no stingy is an individual. Peter Obi is a very prudent person. You saw what he did in Anambra State, where he left a couple of billions in treasury. And the person that took over from him had to
was generous
money and leave the treasury dry. In the evening where he was about to leave, after the swearing in, he was kidnapped in the airport by EFCC. So these are very sad developments. And this spans across the entire country. So the kind of generation we are breeding is sad. Our leadership recruitment system should be questioned. And we begin to look inward. Look at the set of leaders who are showing us. We are not considering age. We are not considering the level of intellect. We are looking at the volume of money that the politicians have.
Thank you
money
so much.
Can't take us anywhere.
Thank
the
you.
Next election is going to be vote by in all true.
Sad. Let's quickly take comments. We have so many comments quickly.
I wanted to quickly piggyback off what Elsie talked about when she said that.
Can we just take the comments first quickly?
Let me take the comments.
This says, hello ladies, on the stinginess subject matter, the best president Nigeria has had under the new democratic dispensation was alleged to be stingy in the person of Obasanjo, and he delivered, e.g. GSM, commercial bank capital-based recapitalization, and so on. If that's the yardstick, I'll gladly support Obi rather than those who are frivolous and generous with public funds and worsening economy. It's the entitlement attitude of the so-called church leaders. Then this other one from Charles in Kaduna says, good publicity or bad publicity is still all publicity for Mr. Peter Obi. Some of these people going this bring him down lane may be from the harbored resentment from some sense of entitlement. For progress' sake, isn't what Mr. Peter Obi bringing to the table going to solve all what we've been complaining about? How expensive governance has been. You can call us Peter Obi followers calculators.
Okay, and this is from Junior Wise, and it says, Nigeria don't know what they are missing. Peter is going for the truth. Nigerians value people who is killing. Nigeria value people who are killing them more than by stealing government funds. And the second one says, hi guys, but this looks like a throwback video of 2018. Anyway, prudence is a virtue, and I am in that class too. May God rescue Nigeria. Thanks. This is from Chisholm.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chisholm.
Then this, there's no name there, but it says, good evening, awesome minds of ways. It is a reflection of how the society has degenerated even to the pulpit. He would have specified if it is his personal money he's stingy with or funds meant for public good. Then there's this one from Bissy. It says, good evening, ladies. We as a people are so materialistic. Even the church is not spared in the quest to acquire money. Even if truth is twisted, we need to ignore immediate gratification and sacrifice for our future and our children. Let's campaign for the best, hoping our nation will move forward. Thank you, BC.
All right, so it is PDP that is trying to sabotage Obi. They are afraid that he will take votes from the southeast from them. And Obasanjo used our money to build a private university and a library. I don't know, you didn't drop your name. So someone says, yes, our darling Daniel Ilo. It says, good evening, my beautiful sisters, or what are you saying? The question, can a stingy man be Nigeria's president? For now, when it comes to millions of Nigerians, the answer is no. Nigerians are hungry people and they want people to be there for them. Now look at it. If Peter Obi falls in that category, then he stands no chance. But to me, Peter Obi is not stingy. Father Mbaka got it wrong there. That was said something that made sense to me. People want fish and don't want to be taught how to fish. Now, this is a typical example of a lazy youth. It is really sad. Thank you so much, Daniel Ilo. And I think we have run out of time. Thank you, Nama. Thank you, Isi, and thank you, Elsie. We had a fantastic conversation. I hear the phone lines are buzzing. We're sorry we couldn't take more calls. The time is really up. All right, so before we go, do ensure you follow us on Instagram at PlusTvAfrica. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and more importantly, follow all our engagements on social media. Like, share, and invite your families and friends to watch and follow the conversation. Now, if you missed today's quote, here it is again. Weak political leadership benefits the rich as it maintains the status quo and all its inequities. This is sad. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.